Hi guys, so I'm here in Aston Martin KL and we are attending the launch of the Aston Martin DBX. This is the first Aston Martin SUV or crossover if you like, and immediately of course we want to draw comparisons with the likes of the Porsche Cayenne, the Bentley Bentayga, Rolls-Royce Cullinan, Lamborghini Urus and all these guys. But as always, as Aston Martin will tell you, this is they have their own unique take on the SUV formula, and therefore promises something that is different from the others in the segment, and therefore we should now go closer to check out the car. So let's start with the engine. Now it is commonly understood that the 4-liter V8 twin turbo here is it's built on the Mercedes block, but what is also apparently commonly misunderstood is that Aston Martin sources this engine lock, stock and barrel from Mercedes. They just do their own tuning work and you know and put it in the engine. But apparently it's not true, because as you see here, this engine, it says here, hand built in Wales. So what I've just been told is that Aston Martin sources the block from Mercedes, but they put in their own piping, their own ancillaries. So this engine, what you see here, this is a unique to Aston Martin. All right, they buy the block from Mercedes, and everything else they pass on themselves in Wales. The transmission that's connected to this engine is a 9-speed transmission. That is also that is what they say co-developed with Mercedes. So it is related to the latest generation 9-speed automatic from Mercedes, but there are some hardware in there, as well as the software tuning of the transmission that is unique and specific to the Aston Martin. If you remember, in the DB11 V8, Aston Martin took used this V8, okay, but they connected with the 8-speed ZF gearbox. Here they are using a 9-speed transmission. Okay, so that's a bit of technical talk from the engine room, and we shall just look up a bit. This is the bonnet. Okay, it's a clamshell type design. So as you can see, as the bonnet open, okay, the cut line, the opening line of the bonnet, it actually, you know, lifts up together with the lower part of, with the upper edge of the wheel arch, and it also, you know, it curves together with the shape of the headlights. All right, and you can see here, this is the trademark Aston Martin grille, similar to what I have in the S-Max. Those are the daytime running lights. A relatively simple design. Okay, but you see it from certain angles, there is a bit of layering to the illumination. Okay, and come up here to the headlight cluster itself. What I like about this headlight cluster is that it looks, the construction of the headlight cluster inside, it looks relatively simple. Just this main beam here with the cooling fins, okay, and this design element here. That's it. A very simple, very unfussy design, yet at the same time it still looks premium, it still looks upmarket. Okay, so let me just move around here. So now as my friends here inspect the engine bay, I can't really show you what it looks like with the doors closed, with the bonnet closed yet, but you can see, but here is a good opportunity for you to look down. Okay, this is an aerodynamically functional vent, so not just for show. Okay, it lets air flow from under the wheel well through here, and lets air come out here. Okay, Abang Kan, semua okey ya?
Mana bateri dia?
Mana bateri ya? Ini dia punya charge. This is the terminal charging.
Yes.
Bateri biasanya letak kat belakang.
Oh.
Ah, belakang. So this is the positive charging port. Tapi negatif tu
Negatif besi je boleh.
Ah.
Bukan sini. Mana-mana lah.
ya betul. Okay. So if you need to jump start your DBX, this is where you connect the positive, and the negative you just probably clip it anywhere here. All right. And let me just bring you guys over to the passenger side again. Okay, because Bobby's over there recording, I just want to show you this. Okay, so here is the door. Okay, passenger side door. Now, they have this fin here, okay, that runs from the fender to the door, and they managed to angle it such that the opening and closing moves just nicely without interfering. Okay, very nice. And so here you can see under the side mirror here, you've got a 360-degree camera. And I shall open the door again. Now, the door, typical of Aston Martin, but less obvious because it's an SUV and these doors are very thick. It opens slightly upwards to prevent you from scratching the curb when you open the door. That's a typical Aston Martin door design. Okay, you see it in all their cars, and it's here with the DBX. But one thing that they do here that you don't see with other Aston Martins is that the outer door skin goes all the way down. So it's a proper SUV design cue, so that when you're driving this on muddy terrain, whatever mud that you splash against here, the underside here, when you get in and out of the car, you don't dirty your pants or your dress. All right, now we check out the rear doors. Oh, and forgot to mention, the doors are frameless. So here you open the rear door. Okay, you notice that the door opening, it cuts here. So this whole part also opens out as well. So you see, the thing is that when you're driving on muddy road terrain, right, this part also gets dirty very easily. So what they have done is they allow you to open the whole part out. Therefore, when you get in and out of the back, all this part here, is clean. It's protected from mud on the outside. All right. And here there's this extra panel here, and we shall check out here here's the luggage bay. This tonneau cover, solid tonneau cover, and these are all official Aston Martin suitcases as well. All right, and what we can see here, those two are cabin size suitcases, and below are two full size suitcases, and this here, travel bags. Okay, you've got a button there that allows you to, at the press of a button, to fold the seats down. Alamak, Shukran is there. Wait, let me try and press this side. Press this. So at one press, it releases the seat. Okay, I'll just press this since he's not leaning right. I'll press this. It just releases, but you will have to come inside. Okay, to bring it down. Okay, it's nicely carpeted here, and quite seamless, so no gaps here, things don't drop inside. Okay, before I explore the interior as well, let me just show you the underside of the tailgate.
I will call this.
So here, this is the plug for the trickle charger. This is where the reverse camera is covered, and here's the opening. This is this is for you to open the tailgate. All right, and down here, a very elaborate rear lower bumper consisting of the number plate, the diffuser as well as one exhaust each side. Okay, now so the front end is now closed. I can show you the front section. All right, with the bonnet closed, you can see the shut line of the bonnet. Okay, it traces nicely with this fin, comes down here, and then it goes here. Okay, and the line connects very nicely here. All right, so on top of the bonnet, there's also two vents there. Okay, yeah, very sleek design. And sure. And now the boot is closed. I shall check out the boot design of the rear boot. Okay, it's a very typical Aston Martin design queue with the thin tail lights. All right, see a similar design language in the Vantage DB11, but of course now they have to reinterpret this to suit the taller profile of an SUV. All right, and down here you see 22-inch wheels. Relatively simple design, I would say. Okay guys, Abang Gan here is playing with the air suspension.
So nak 2 juta, 3 juta?
Ambil. So he pressed that button. You can use that to raise and lower the rear end of the car. Abang, tekan lagi bang. Kejap. Turunkan. Macam belon sedang dikempiskan Terbaik lah guys. So thank you Abang Gan guys. Like, comment, subscribe pandulaju.com.my. Okay. So I shall go and check out the interior. Alright. Nice, well built interior. Plush leather here. This is a 5-seater, so you see here there's a belt for the middle passenger. Bring on this this armrest. Surprisingly simple cup holder configuration, but it's fixed. But here the whole thing inside here is rubberized, and this is contoured just enough. You can actually use this slot here to hold one of those smaller bottles. All right, now front and here, two aircon vents, single rear zone climate control with ventilated seats at the rear. Nice, this is good. They've given thought to this. You can lock and unlock the doors from the rear section of the cabin. This is very, very good. And two USB ports here, and it's a lovely place here. Okay, sunroof, panoramic sunroof. This is standard, and just show you from here. I'm 170 centimeters tall. Got good headroom. Very good lean angle. I don't see any rear seat angle adjustment, so it's a fixed seat angle. Got good knee room. Okay, thigh support also is good. The seat is nicely angled. Okay, so you can sit inside here. Good thigh support, good lean angle, good leg room, good headroom. So overall, very, very decent accommodations at the back. And of course, you are surrounded with some very plush materials here. But that being said, being chauffeured, if you were to use this as a daily chauffeur-driven car, all you have in there is a nice selection of materials, but nothing much for you to do or play with there. Okay, so if you were to buy one of these, I think it's still best experience primarily from the driver's seat. Okay guys, so check out the driver's seat now that the car is emptier, and look at the cabin. So just now I was in the Q&A session, and I was told that last November we came here for a preview. Okay, and from then until now, they have made further improvements to the vehicle quality. So they have increased the quality of the switchgear. All right, all the switchgear now has improved tactile feel. They actually put in the effort to put better tactile feel. The materials used here, this door handles, metal door handles, okay, and all the touch points have been improved. And most notably, what they have also done is they have also revamped the infotainment system. Now we know that, you see, from this switchgear here as well as this console here, we know that this car runs on Mercedes infotainment architecture, which is entirely understandable because Aston Martin is a small manufacturer. They don't have the resources to develop their own infotainment system, so it makes sense for them to source a third party infotainment architecture. But what they have done much better here is the way they reskin the interface so as to not remind you of the previous Gen C class. Because like last time, more recently, when I drove the DB11, when I drove the Vantage, it's like when you scroll through the software and all, you immediately recognize that they were from Mercedes, right? If you're a C class owner, you are a E class owner, you come in and you fiddle with this, it all feels familiar. But this one, there's a bit more there's a bit more individualization to it, a bit more custom, it's far more it's a more bespoke looking setup. So I think that's something that they have done very well, and overall the cabin quality here feels fantastic. It is a step up from what we observed recently from the DB11 as well as the Vantage. Very, very nicely finished. All right, all these materials that they used here, all beautiful to the touch. Okay, and all right, so down here you can see there are cup holders here as well as the center console box. This armrest here can be individually slid in and out. The operation is not perhaps as smooth as I expected, but still okay. This is a plastic hinge, not as impressive as the one that they used in Bobby's Rapide, in my opinion. Now, because there is no shifter, okay, gear shifter here, this is all just a panel of switches. Down here they've freed up this space to use as a one large storage area. Now that is very clever. So many cars, right, because they have a single level center console, they have to juggle between allocating space for controls versus storage. Here, no such concern. This whole space taken up by switches, and down here is where you have your storage area. Very nice. Okay, and it's molded, and this looks like a slot for a phone. Perhaps, I believe there's a wireless charger there as well. Okay, let's bring you closer there. Yep, so this is a slot for this is a nice slot for you to put your phone down. And see what else. So now that the engine's electronics are off, this whole area now becomes black. And as you touch this, the aircon control vent, this is cold to the touch, so it's pure metal. Okay guys, so here you have it. This is the Aston Martin DBX that we have just viewed. Price 818,000, 818 before duties, before insurance, before road tax. So yeah, the 818, that's the Langkawi price. Okay, so well, very interesting product here from Aston Martin. Certainly something very different from in the luxury SUV segment. And if you need to ask, what I've been told is that this thing, this DBX here, even though most of you guys who buy this will probably be using it on road, all right, but I've been told that this thing can take quite a bit of pounding, all right, more severe than your typical Klang seafood restaurant parking. Okay, this car has proper off-roading capability built into it, perhaps not to the level of a Land Rover or a Range Rover, but let's just put it this way: you won't have to worry about floods, all right, when you see the water level suddenly rising. You can take this to a construction site, you can take this to even a rubber estate, and it will find its way through.